Hello. Hey, everybody. Hey, Aries. Welcome, babe. Kate the Great. Yes, it is that one, MJ. Disgusting. Disgusting. Hey, Summy. Hey, Mac. Hey, Mac. Talkie smack. Hey, Okie. Oh, no, Texas. I'm sorry. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday. I know I already talked to y'all earlier, but we're closer to Friday now. I'm so excited. Oh, so you might hear a lot of background noise. I'm sorry, but I'm doing this live as I cook. So you're just going to have to bear with me. Oh, I know. Texas, right at Mother's Day. It's so sad. Hey, Tara. Do I say that right or is it Tara? Because, everybody says and spells things differently. I got to turn my chicken. Hey, Rock a bit. Nice. Tell her good luck. Or no, a soccer banquet. Oh, so they're getting awards. Well, good. Tell her congratulations. I'm gonna do 10 more minutes on this chicken, just to be safe. Let's do it at 3:10. Oh, hold on. My water's boiling for the pasta too already. Lord. My everything's starting at once. Did everybody? Hey, Lindsay Lee. Oh, this is colorful. I guess it don't matter, but still. Hey, did everyone watch the Adam Montgomery sentencing? I know a lot of people in my Discord did, but for those of you that aren't in my Discord, did y'all watch it? Oh, Stonefly, thank you. George made it through another night, so we're getting there. And Hims was eating up a storm yesterday. I do miss my Loretta still, though. Okay. 45 years he got. 45, but then if you add all the little ones, it's up to like 60, close to 60. And then you add the charges he was already doing prison time for, which were the gun charges, right? It's 90. Motherfucker's gonna die in prison, which is, cool. But hello, it looks like prison's doing him really well. I don't know about y'all. I don't know if y'all seen what I seen, but dude's been working out. I mean, looks like he's eating good. Uh, just saying. Just saying. Oh yeah, yeah. We do. Got distracted with your dumb job. Yeah, just email me. Here, I'll put my banner up here. There you go. Oh my God. See, we're going to go over a little bit of it. Really, only one part of it. I'm not going to go over all of the families' statements. That was hard to hear. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I still got a cough, so y'all gotta bear with me. Total was 118 years. Nice. You sent it. Man, oh man, ain't that right forever? Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up, because that shit made me just about sicker than a dog. Like, what are you thinking, you skank whore? Sorry, not sorry. God, I hope the worst for her when she gets out. Dolly was talking about going and protesting in front of the halfway house. Count me in. Count me in. Now, why does it do that? Adam. There it is. Oh, she's out now? What? Are you sure, Grandma? Yes, he got life, basically. Yeah, I'm okay, KCG. Why? What's up, babe? Yeah, like we ain't got to hang with Dolly. We can be on the other side of the screen, like we are here on YouTube. Oh my God. Oh my God. Is she in a halfway house or is she just wherever? Yeah, other side of the screen. Hey, Ashley. Halfway house. Whoo. 90 days in the halfway house. Dolly, you're failing, dude. She's already out. I didn't know she was out because Dolly didn't know she was out. And he's the way I found out she was going into a halfway house. I know. Beats me. I got my fucking news from Dolly today. No, she's out, Jeanette, is what they're saying. She's out for 90 days. I understand, Texas. Take care of yourself. I know, right, Kate? Like, what am I doing? I knew she was getting out, but I didn't know it was this soon. And I didn't know if she was getting out and being released to her family or if she was going to have to go to a halfway house. So I was waiting for court TV, and it was taking forever. So I went to Dolly's because he was live in the moment. And so I listened to him talk a little bit of shit until it came on, and then I went back to court TV. Well, in that time is when he said something about him protesting at her halfway house when she gets there. Oh, KCG, no. I'm fine. I'm fine. You're fine. Everybody's fine. But let's listen to this shit because it torqued me up. It torqued me up. Here we go. It's coming.
He's not present here in the courtroom today, but is the victim of the
Hold
crime.
on.
Excuse me. That is the victim of the crime of witness tampering. Is Ms. Kaylaaaaaa Montgomery. She has prepared a statement. You've submitted there. We will be submitting that to the court as well. It's been provided to the defense counsel. She has asked a victim advocate to please read the statement for her.
If the victim advocate could please state her name for the record and also the Kaylaaaaaa Montgomery's statement.
Certainly.
My name is Amy Van Auken, and I'm reading a statement on behalf of Kayla Montgomery.
Hold on.
Goodbye.
What's going on with Molly Brantley? No, she shouldn't have been allowed to write a fucking victim statement. She could just fucking mail this fool a letter or something. Why the fuck did they let her do this victim statement? I don't get it. Oh, Big Bird? I would have too. Did you hear the shit she said in that letter? Ooh. Oh, Molly was talking about heels. Okie, send me that link in Discord if you've got it. Or whoever, if you got the link, you can well, I was gonna say you could drop it in here, but you can't. Unless you're a mod. So it's private already. It was a love letter. Fucking disgusting. All right, let's keep it going. Oh, yep, got it. I'm pretty sure that's what Yep just sent me. All right.
I wanted to write a letter to you because it's the only way to tell you how I feel.
Thank you, Yep. I appreciate you, boo. All right, here we go. Y'all ready for this?
And I'm reading a statement on behalf of Kayla Montgomery. Goodbye. I wanted to write a letter to you because it's the only way to tell you how I feel. I don't know about you, but I need some kind of closure. I will forever have a place in my heart for you, whether you believe.
You need closure? You skank ass whore. You need closure? The mother of the child that you wheeled around in a fucking stroller stuffed in a fucking bag needs closure. That's who needs closure. I'm sorry, let's keep it going.
Believe me or not. You were my best friend, my husband, the person I chose to spend the rest of my life with. You are the father of our children we have together, and I'm forever grateful for having them. I will never forget the birth of our first son we have. That was one of the many best days of my life. We had just gotten married and started a family of our own. I'll never forget when your grandmother said to me, "You're the best thing that has ever happened to my grandson."
Oh, fucking please. Make me gag. Squeeze me? You're the best thing that ever happened to my grandson. No, the best thing that ever would have happened or should have happened to your grandson would have been that baby girl if he was anything worthy of having her. Fucking piece of shit. I cannot even wrap my brain. Y'all, these are the things I was thinking while I was listening. And I was just itching to get off work and get home and vent this out. The only thing, the best thing to him in his life should have been that baby. If he was anything like a father's supposed to be.
I will always remember the births of all the children we have. Also, when you stepped up.
I'm going to go over it. I'll go over Hills. Let's get through this part first.
Started a family of our own. I'll never forget when your grandmother said to me, "You're the best thing that has ever happened to my grandson." I will always remember the births of all the children we have. Also, when you stepped up to be a father to Harmony. You worked so hard to get custody of her, and it took a few years, but you got her.
Lies. Lies. Oh, he stepped up to take Harmony? A lot of people wanted Harmony. Harmony had people. And this ain't a dig to Crystal, because she's struggling right now. But Harmony didn't have her either for a long time. But she had other people. She had, I think their names, I can't remember their last names. Starts with a G, I think. But the ones she was with for so long, she had them. And then she had her brother that was adopted by the two husbands. Like, what? What? He stepped up to fucking murder his child. He stepped up and took her. I think, in my opinion, allegedly, he was sinister in his thoughts from the very beginning. In my opinion.
I won't forget the day we picked her up and brought her home. We were so excited. Then, during the summer, was when we both started to go downhill because of relapse.
Yeah.
After 5
When we were both being crackheads.
years of sobriety, that was the beginning of the chaos. By the time Thanksgiving came around in the year 2019, we were losing everything. My job, our place to live, and after living in a car for a few weeks, we lost that. At the same time, Harmony dies because of your anger and hitting her so many times.
No. We're going to stop there too. Yeah, she died, but she didn't just die. Like, you don't get to say she dies because your anger got away from you. No, it should be, we lost our home, we lost our car, we lost our, jobs, and at the same time, we lost Harmony because you fucking killed her. That's what it should be.
We didn't even know she passed away until the car died, and we had to take our kids out of the car. She didn't respond. She was lifeless. Then a couple years go by, and during those years, we had to keep quiet about her being gone. You told me to stick with the story.
We had to keep quiet. I mean, really listen to these words. We had to keep quiet. You didn't have to do shit, bitch. You could have done the right thing. You weren't forced. You say, okay, he beat your ass and made you stick with it. No, bitch. You still got 2 feet. You were working beforehand. You telling me you can walk to old Tone Capone and get your dope, but you can't walk to a police station? You can't walk to a safe space to use a phone to call 911. You can't, you walked from the car when it broke down. You walked from that, didn't you? Back to the apartments. So this whole he was beating me and I had to, I had to go along with it. Fuck that shit. No, ma'am, you did not. You chose to go along with that shit because you're just as fucked up as him.
That you dropped her off at 6 a.m. at Dunkin's, where I no longer worked at, and brought her to her mother, Crystal, so she could stay there because it was better for Harmony. Then you came and picked me up when my shift was done at 2 p.m. She wasn't in the car. She was with her mother. During those years of having to keep quiet, you started physically and mentally.
There we go again. During those years of having to keep quiet, let's pay attention to those words. During those years, I gotta go stir my pasta. During those years of having to keep quiet. Again, you didn't have to, stupid. You chose to, stupid. God, I hope somebody drags her ass, man. I really hope she suffers. And I ain't never hoped that on anybody but Leilani. But I really do. I hope she suffers. Piece of shit. All right, we'll play it some more. Sorry, I'm getting torqued up.
Abusing me, accusing me of cheating on you, telling on you, and trying to kill you. PM. She wasn't in the car. She was with her mother. During those years of having to keep quiet, you started physically and mentally abusing me, accusing me of cheating on you, telling on you, and trying to kill you.
So also something I wanted to point out is she said, during those years, hold on, let's go back on it again.
PM. She wasn't in the car. She was with her mother. During those years of having to keep quiet, you started physically.
So after Harmony was killed, during those years of having to stay quiet, you then started abusing me. Sophie! Soph! Like, excuse me? No, this ain't gonna work.
And mentally abusing me, accusing me of cheating on you, telling on you, and trying to kill you. The first time that you really hurt me was when you accused me of cheating and had me on the living room floor against the corner of the wall telling me if I didn't tell you that I cheated on you, that you were going to F me up.
Now, why does any of this matter? Why are we listening to a high school love story? I mean, I just don't understand. Why are we listening? Is she that fucked in the brain from dope that she can't even think like an adult? Like, this is like a high school love letter where they're breaking up or something. Like, why the fuck are we even talking about this? Why the fuck are you even writing this in the letter? You're supposed to be writing this letter to him about what he did to Harmony, not what he fucking did to you. Basically, what you did to yourself because you chose to stay there and you chose to stay in that situation. Fucking dopehead.
When I never cheated on you and said that I didn't, you punched me right in the face a couple of times because you said I was lying, and I wasn't. So then I said, yes, I cheated on you.
But really, who gives a fuck if he was beating her ass because he thought she was cheating? Who really gives a fuck? I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck about that right now in this moment when this letter is supposed to be about how he changed everything by murdering Harmony. This is the most self-centered, self-absorbed fucking statement I've ever fucking heard. I am flabbergasted. When I heard it, I was like, no, the hell, this bitch is not using this moment to be selfish and make everything about her and Adam's relationship. Oh, but she did. That's exactly what she did. My ears were not tricking me. I was not hearing things wrong. That's exactly what she did. And the fact that these motherfuckers read it, how fucking dare any of you? That is not justice for this baby. For Christ's sake, you could have at least got this right.
You wouldn't hit me, but you still did anyway. You started getting crazy when we would get high on crack. I told you I did things that I really didn't do because you said if I told you that I did whatever you'd accuse me of, that you wouldn't hit me, and I was dumb enough to believe you. Nope.
Are you on AT&T? Yes. I gotta use AT&T for a little bit. Or actually, hold on, I can cut my hotspot on and use it. You're gonna let me use my hotspot? No. I'm gonna use it. Oh, okay. With this phone. Please do because I can't. Hold on, guys. Let me connect to my hotspot. All right. You're welcome. Let's read some of the comments before I continue on. Oh, I know she probably did too, Notorious. Yeah, she's an advocate. I mean, she was reading it for her, but it's like, how fucking dare you? Like, I don't know. I don't feel like she had to read it, Notorious. I don't know if I believe that because who gives a fuck if Kayla writes a statement? I don't understand why she's even being taken into consideration. That's exactly what it is. Yep, she sure could have changed everything. Yeah, no, he had the option for 1 second, for one fucking second. I had hope that he would take that moment from the prosecutor that was given and say, deal. Just for 1 fucking second. But I'll tell you what, I think Kayla knows, is what I think. She's a victim, technically. Victim my ass. I know. Technically. Oh, fuck that technicality. Oh, fuck her.
No matter what I said or did, he would hit me, punch me, spit in my face, or would have me in a chokehold and cover my mouth so I couldn't scream. You are not the person I married, not the person who loved me and who never hurt me. It's like I married my father. I never would have thought I would have to run away from you until I knew I had to take our kids and leave you. I'll never forget that day either. It was one of the hardest things for me to do. The last couple of nights after you got arrested the first time, I was sleeping with a knife because I did not know what you were going to do to me. After I found
Who
out that you got
cares?
arrested, I went back to our apartment to grab a few things, and then I made the decision of not going back to live there anymore. I couldn't stay in the apartment after a year of chaos with you in there. Just all bad memories, barely any good ones. We had about 5 months total that year of living there that were good times. Other than that, nothing but bad memories. I'm so angry and hurt by you. I know you probably hate me.
Oh, Kayla is so angry and hurt by him. Oh my God. You know who's hurt? Harmony, bitch. That's who. You know who's hurt? Crystal, bitch. That's who.
Because I had to do the right thing, but also because of all the bad. Not only did you lose your rights to our children, but so did I.
Good.
Now I'm going to have to keep fighting
And I hope you never get to lay your eyes on those children again.
for them to at least you. I know you probably hate me because I had to do the right thing, but also because of all the bad. Not only did you lose your rights to our children, but so did I. Now I'm going to have to keep fighting for them to at least be back in their lives. You seem to forget you cheated, not me, and you just left the kids and I for some girl. Packed your
Oh my God. I can't, y'all. I can't. This whole fucking letter has been about how she's a victim and cheating rumors between each of them. What about Harmony? Because so far the only mention of Harmony was that one little part.
stuff and left to another state. I called you out on your BS when you're on your way to Maine, and I also called you out for being with someone else months before you left to Maine. You accused me, but you were the one cheating.
Who
The day you got arrested on
who fucking cares? I hope you never find another mate. I hope you never find another partner. I hope you never get to see your kids again. And I hope you die a lonely, old, bitter bitch.
January 2022, you called me and said to tell Kelsey you're sorry about her car. Yeah, right. That's all you're worried about, not your wife and children you may never see again. No apology for cheating on me and making me think I was crazy. So I gotta do all I can to get back on track with my life. You caused so much hurt and pain. I don't even know why I still care about you.
Oh, gotta do everything I can to get back on track with my life. You shouldn't even have a life, not outside of a jail cell. And then, what was this last thing she said? Let's listen again.
About not your wife and children you may never see again. No apology for cheating on me and making me think I was crazy. So I gotta do all I can to get back on track with my life. You caused so much hurt and pain. I don't even know why I still care about you.
I don't even know why I still care about you. She will be still. She ain't gonna find no. I mean, the only other person that she's gonna find to love her is a dope head. Let's be real. She ain't finna find that. Listen, bitch. Oh, this angers me. Oh my God. It angers me so bad. The fact that she said, I don't know why I still care, lets me know he's going to be receiving letters from her still. She may even start visiting them. Like, man, she is still in it and she still loves this man. And which shouldn't be a surprise. She was fucking him under his dead child stuffed in a ceiling. So I shouldn't be too fucking shocked, should I?
And actually feel bad for you. Oh, maybe it's because I'm not a cold, heartless person and still have some care about you.
What? What? Skirt! Hold up. You are a cold, heartless person. You knew everything from the beginning. You helped with everything from the beginning. It's almost like she thinks that just because she got a deal for testifying against Adam, that absolves her of the wrongdoing. And it doesn't. You knew that baby was in the ceiling. You knew that baby was in a cooler. You knew that baby was in the snow. You knew that that baby was in a, what was it, CNS or CNC bag, whatever, the birthing bag, whatever. You knew that. You took that bag and put it in the stroller with your children and took it to the murderer. You did all that. As long as I live, if I, like, I swear to God, I I fucking hope Harmony haunts the fuck out of you. It doesn't seem like she is. It seems like Kayla is just fine, and the only thing she's worried about is the cheating that could have or could not have went on.
I was in love with you once. Now I still love you because you're the father of our children. This is goodbye for now. Maybe I'll see you at the future in some point. Goodbye, Adam.
Yeah,
And then she lists the day they started.
maybe I'll see you sometime in the future. That's her saying. She ain't really saying goodbye, Adam. She's saying, hello, baby. I'm coming back for you.
Relationship was October 8th, 2015. And the day they married was Harmony's birthday, June 4th, 2017.
You know what the date should have been? The date he murdered her to the date that he was arrested for it. That's what the date should have been, instead of when y'all got together and when y'all got married. The fuck? Nobody cares about you, Kayla. The fucking audacity. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm cussing a whole lot. I'm sorry. I know some people don't like it. I'm sorry. But the audacity. You got me fucked up. Totally fucked up. I can't. I can't even fathom. All right, I gotta take. I gotta take these phones to the kitchen so I can finish dinner. Like, is she? She's got to be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I mean, is this meth brain? Is this like no help for her at all anymore because she's so fucking warped in the brain from all the dope, the burnout? Is she burnt out? Is that what we're looking at here? Is that what we're dealing with in this specific situation? Because I can't make sense on why she would take the sentencing of a murder and make it about her and him and their relationship. My brain won't let me do that. Let me strain this pasta. Hold on, I might have to join from my other phone. Hold on. Oh, damn. Because I need to be able to look at my recipe. And I can't do that. Oh, God. Now it's going to send an email. Y'all just bear with me. I got my login code. Copy. 725203. 725203. Log in. All right, let me take this down. Hey, get your nasty whore ass off my screen. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. We should be good now. Oh, that, like, literally, y'all. Now, the other victim statements, oh, man, they were so emotionally charged. Like, it was hard to listen to those. Okay, I gotta mix. Oh, I gotta mix everything right now. Oh, the one about Jameson? Girl. Wasn't that the most pitiful thing ever? And a large unsalted butter. That baby. Hold on, I gotta get my unsalted butter though. Oh, this is salted. Damn it. Oh well, we're gonna have salted butter then. Jameson's, yeah, because it's Dad and Dada or something like that. That was so pitiful. Mm. I don't know. I can't really fathom that them trying to have to explain that to him. That would be so hard. You know? Yes, that's what we were just playing, Chopper. Yeah, they had to force his ass to go, right? The hell? And he had, like, I don't know. What do y'all think? I thought he looked a little nervous. As for regretful, no. I really did hope, though, for that split second that he would take that deal. I really did. They damn sure should have, Chopper. I agree. Like, why are we giving him that option, that choice? God, don't y'all know? If everything was up to me, folks would just, I would not handle things correctly at all. I know it's a system, there's a certain way to do things, but geez, like, come on. I'm shredding my chicken. Uh, yeah, what is it? Why did Adams rights trump Harmony's right? That's a good question. Because he took her rights away. He chose to do that. And Kayla's stupid ass chose to hell. It's just disgusting, man. All right. Oh, yeah. The ant, yeah. Boneless, skinless chicken breath. Breath. I said breath. 2 cans. I guess this equals up to 2 cans. Oh, it was terrible then. And then Seth's mama, this is completely moving away from Harmony. Let's see. This recipe is making me do way too much, y'all. It's putting me to work. I don't think so either, Remy. I mean, I get what they were trying to do. I don't know. I just, because now it's like this bitch thinks she's just off scotch free. Like, not a worry in the world. Except telling him that she's heartbroken about the possible cheating and the abuse and her having to lie about Harmony. Bitch, please. What's next? I am making some Walmart recipe. Hold on, I'll tell you. It's called Easy Chicken Tetrazzini. Salt, black pepper. All right, pepper. There's salt. Oh, BLT sounds good. Sour cream, salt, ground black pepper, chicken broth. I got tons of that. I always have so much chicken broth. I don't know why. Half a cup. Hold on, I'm about to show y'all what I've seen that Seth's mama is talking shit about now. Here, let me pull it up. Y'all read that. Let me have the comments. Oh, wrong thing. Hold on. Read that. What do y'all think about that? Shame on Chris Proudfoot and shame on Cluminati. Miss Robin, you've got YouTube. You've been on here shit talking all over the place. It ain't hard to look up a creator and spell their name right. I'm just going to say that. Nobody said Cluminati. Cluminati herself did not say that she speaks with him daily. Sorry, I'm pouring these noodles. Oh, Cluminati has not said she talks to Chris daily. They do talk, but she's never specifically said daily. But who gives a fuck if she does? That's my question. And why do you give a fuck if she does? So you mean to tell me Chris can't talk to the 2 or 3 creators that he's talked to? I think he's talked to 2 of the bad actors and 2 good actors. So he can't talk to them. He can't talk to Cluminati on a regular basis, but Seth can hop panel to panel to panel to panel every fucking day since Easter. He has not searched. He has sat there and went panel to panel spewing shit. And that's okay, Miss Robin? Robin Rogers, that's okay? Because he's your son, that's okay for him to do. How dare you make a mockery of my grandson's disappearance? When did that happen? When did that happen? Oh, hey, Mama. I was venting. About, what's her name? Oh, did you hear her fucking victim statement, Mom? Kayla Montgomery? Fuck her. I think she is too, Ash. I do too, Kendra. I'm still suspect of all of them. And Katie was the last one to see him. Let me stir this. And y'all let me know where, and like, I'm just trying to figure out, what is she talking about first off? Is she talking about when he called in pretending to be Sling, like doing the impersonation of Sling Blade? Is that what she's talking about? And if that is what she's talking about, how is that? How is that making a mockery of Sebastian? It's not. Not at all. It had nothing to do with Sebastian, except for the fact that it was Chris Proudfoot. That's all. But for some of these motherfuckers, that's all it takes, right? The rest don't matter. That's mind blowing to me. Sorry if that hurt y'all's ears. But yes. Jeanette, do you realize that Sebastian was missing for several weeks before it even really made it onto this side of YouTube? We don't know for sure what Katie and Chris did, but the TBI says they searched. That they spent several weeks searching. And that's when none of us knew anything. By the time we all came into it, Sebastian had been missing for 3 weeks already. And I know that because I was one of the first ones to bring up Sebastian over here. Everybody else was still, listen, I was covering Sebastian's case when Riley Strain was found. Also, Chris never said on in the investigation that Katie knew what happened. That those words never came out of his mouth. I've goddamn near memorized these fucking interviews because of how often people are spewing bullshit about them, about the interviews. I've also done it for Seth. People will say Seth said something and I know he didn't, and I'll correct it. But I have spent so much time going through these interviews to debunk the bullshit people are trying to put on these parents. Katie, Chris, and Seth all the same. So I know he didn't say that. All right, now I got to put this chicken mix in the pan, so y'all got to bear with me. It's just, I don't know. I feel it's irresponsible for Miss Robin to be talking her shit too. If it's wrong for Chris, it's wrong for all of them. Where's the CPS reports? Have you seen them, Miss Robin? No, you haven't. Nobody can see them unless they come out in court. And nobody knows if there's going to be a court. Because nobody knows what's happened. You are not pertinent to that type of information. So does Miss Robin know something we don't know? Or is she just talking shit per usual? She took part in making everything a mess at the beginning of all of this. And where'd my key go? Oh, there it is. And she also came in my chat and tried talking shit to Bullhorn Betty on my screen, telling her she needs to stop. And when I confronted her, because I thought she was talking to me, she said, "Oh, no, not you. I'm talking about the tragedy pimp." So which is it, Miss Robin? Are you with the pimps or are you against the pimps? It's fine, whichever you choose. But you are hot and cold all over the goddamn place. And I ain't trying to attack you, Miss Robin Rogers, but you took part in making this case a shit show from the very beginning. And I will not ignore that. Sorry, not sorry. I can't ignore it. And I'll tell you right now, if it was Chris doing all of this, I would be saying the same fucking thing. Unfortunately, Seth assisted in Katie and Chris being turned into victims themselves. Like, he helped that happen by running his mouth as much as he did. You assisted in that, Seth. So you can be mad at Katie and Chris all you want. You need to be mad at yourself a little bit there too, because the shit you have come out and said, the way you have exploited your own child, is the reason so many of us are standing up for Katie and Chris, who possibly may be guilty. It's not fun standing up for people who could be guilty. It's just not. It's not fun. It's right. It's the right thing to do. No, she doesn't know, Kim. Yep. It's not fun defending somebody that could have possibly done something to Sebastian. But it's right. And I would do the same fucking thing if the roles were reversed and Chris would have came out dogging Seth. The fact is, until they came to YouTube, they were all working together with TBI. The fact is, at the beginning, Seth appreciated and supported TBI. And he did the same thing to TBI that he did to Katie and Chris. He flipped. Why did he flip? YouTube. People putting shit in his head, all the conspiracies and rumors. He don't know what's true and not true either. Suddenly, TBI sucks. Why? Because YouTubers said they're not doing nothing? No, they're not going to apologize. That's the sad part. They'll just go on about their business to the next case that they think they can milk. Whew, I'm on a rant today. You called up, Laura? Yes, that's what I'm saying. If Chris and Katie were exploiting Sebastian, I would be just as upset at them. That hasn't happened. And the one and only time Katie has spoke out on social media, not in an interview, but sorry, but actually spoke out on social media was when she was defending her child from the man that was supposed to be his father, who was exploiting him by talking about some sexual assault he went through as a young child. Because us knowing that he was sexually assaulted as a child, that helps us find Sebastian. Y'all didn't know? Well, that too, Buttercup. There's something else I want y'all to hear. It's about, y'all remember Chris and Seth on Web Sleuths. I think it was on Web Sleuths. Somewhere on one of these interviews, Seth mentioned that Chris hasn't gotten back with him about the people he wanted to bring in, right? I.e., the PIs and some dog handlers, some canine handlers, right? And Chris was like, well, no, I don't want to just let anybody around or into this situation if they're not vetted and I don't know them. Okay, cool. I get that. Well, he turned the canine handlers away. Not from searching, but they wanted to come in the house. They wanted to bring their dogs in the house. And Chris told them no. Now, I get it when people say, wouldn't you do anything to find your child? I get that. Because in my mind, I'm like, dude, just let them go in. But then the other side of my mind is saying, no, because when people want you to be guilty, you can say you went in with no bias 100,000 times. But the fact that you didn't reach out to Katie, you solely only reached out to Seth, that shows your bias already. You didn't reach out to TBI and get them to put you in contact with Katie and Chris and Seth. No, you went through Seth. Now, maybe if you would have went through the TBI and the TBI said, hey, I know we've already brought our dogs around, but I mean, we got these organizations reaching out to us. They want to bring their canines in to help. We support that. We back that up, right? I'm sure Chris and Katie would have been like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it. But that's not the case. You went through Seth, who has done nothing but create mayhem on his son's case. I'm sorry, but that's just the truth. That's just the facts. You didn't go through TBI. Now, did TBI tell Chris that y'all were okay with them? Yes, after you got there and had that, or after you had the conversation with Chris and you talked to the TBI, you asked Chris if you can come in with your dog. He tells you no, and you go to the TBI and cry about it. And say it kind of hurt your feelings. She said she asked the TBI officer, what did she do something wrong? And the TBI officer was like, no, we told him, we were good with y'all doing it, but it is his house. If he doesn't want y'all there, that's his decision. And I fucking agree. These dog handlers didn't come through TBI. They came through Seth, which means and shows that they already have a bias. Why would Chris and Katie allow two canine handlers? I don't even know what you call them because they're not officers. Why would Katie and Chris allow two canine handlers, random, off the streets, coming through Seth, come into their house with their dogs? Fuck no, hell no, ain't gonna happen. Because them dogs can hit on anything. Seriously. If you want there to be something, you can make there be something. I'm just saying, people, I'm not saying they would have done that. I'm just saying it's a possibility. There are fucked up people in this world. If Chris didn't trust letting y'all into his fucking household, that's his decision. You don't get to cry about it and go panel to panel to panel to panel. Your mama's disgusting, Carol. Bye. Yes, TBI brought their own dogs in. I think they said 5. TBI's already brought 5 dogs in. Not just into the area outside, into the house. I wouldn't, no. Like, you're not even getting in contact with me directly. You're getting in contact with me through Seth, the man who has fucking trashed us. The man who has said that he thinks Katie overdosed his son. And you want them to let you in? What could their dogs do that TBI's dogs couldn't do? I'm so fucking tired of everybody thinking they're law enforcement. Everybody's a better investigator. Everybody's a better officer, a better canine handler. They're experts on everything. And all law enforcement is a fucking joke and can't do shit. No, Tess. I ain't no good guy. I'm not a good guy. I have my own shit. And I'm not trying to be a good guy. And I just said I would stand up for Seth if the roles were reversed. What has happened is fucked up. I don't think it's strange at all that he didn't want to let these dog handlers in that contacted him through Seth. Like, are y'all, what's going on? Are y'all so tunnel visioned on Chris and Katie that you don't see the things Seth has done? Yes, he denied Seth's independent searches. Shit, that's his right. That's his fucking right. And these like what I heard her say on Brittany J's panel blew my mind. As if law enforcement owes her. Bitch, you might have worked hard to get your certifications to be a canine handler. That ain't got shit to do with law enforcement. They don't owe you a goddamn thing. Let me go. I think my cat's trying to get my food. Hold on. I'm going to play it for you in just a second. Hold on, I'll play it for you. What are you doing? No, sir. Get down. Yeah, go. You know better. Lord have mercy. Let me play it for you. I was like, the audacity. No tunnel vision. I'm glad to hear that, Tess. I absolutely am. Because tunnel vision helps nobody, especially Sebastian.
I was like, okay.
Let me find it.
Which I did validate it was a Malinois. It in the theater right now. He's rolling his back right. And like I carry like I've there's like a reserve center, a reserve base. If someone did take this kid or with like I can't. I'm up to help me. Yeah, it's.
I'm looking for it, guys. Hold on.
And I said to hey, haven't we like all we come down together with your husband, the Rico handler, and then I was just like, okay, that was just weird.
All right, here we go.
So I couldn't come in the house. He's like, TBI. Right. I don't understand it, and then to find out telling us about your dogs, I mean that it's an incredible blessing. And then not only that,
he doesn't even have lawyers. He's got lawyers for his custody battle for his daughter, but he doesn't have lawyers in this situation. He probably should. Yeah, the whole family is sus to me, Tess. Absolutely. I'm not saying anybody's guilty. I'm just saying until something is known about Sebastian's whereabouts, all of y'all are suspect as fuck. But let's not make it worse by bringing drama into it, right? That's my whole thing. All right, let's let this play.
It's not like
I'm gonna rewind it a little bit because I need to go change the pan of chicken.
Amazed how leave it to the corrections officers to deal with because that's like their thing. Because I don't want to be part of the chain of custody. I literally said my dog found something indicated. Can you go check this? And they take it. So that's kind of like that's what I kind of compare it to. When someone's really resisting me going into their house, like when I'm doing personnel searches, it's like you'd be amazed how many people in a rehab center suddenly have to go to the bathroom. I come in the room with Gator and I'm like, hey, I'm here to search the group room with everybody in here. Everyone has to go to the bathroom all of a sudden. And the ladies are like, no, you don't. And yeah, that's so not saying I'm accusing of hiding something, but that's kind of the mindset I kind of get. Like, I think, like, why don't you want this free service with a very experienced dog? So right, and I mean, your knowledge, just listening to you and you telling us about your dogs. I mean, that it's an incredible blessing. And then not only that, it's not like you didn't go through the hoops and leaps and bounds that he was requesting. I just don't. Right. I don't understand it. And then to find out it's not just you, but it's another person as well. Why would you not want that service? I don't know. And like, there was like some people have us like, you guys are like, I'm a Department of Defense Army handler. I'm not Sumner County. I'm not TBI. And actually, I talked to the TBI officer afterwards. I'm like, hey, did I do something wrong? And then he was just like, no, why do you ask? And I told him, Uncle Chris, that I couldn't come in the house. He's like, no, I said that you were good on our end, but I mean, it's really up to him, it's his house. And then I was just like, okay. That was just weird. Wow. Yeah, that was just weird. So I don't know. I'm just really.
It was just really weird that Chris didn't want to let me and my dog into his house when he's already been getting thrown under the bus constantly by Seth, the same guy that's sending me here now. That's just totally weird. Why wouldn't he want to let me in? Why wouldn't he want to let my dog search? What's going on?
I was really like upset by that, and it just kind of hurt my feelings a bit. Like, it sounds silly maybe, but it's just like, I don't know. I really had hoped to go and find him. But
I am, however, grateful for the canine handlers and all they're doing to try to help. I admire that. I appreciate that. But just because I admire that and I appreciate that doesn't mean you get to just pitch a fit just because this dude don't want to let you in his house. You know what? That house has been searched over 10 times. It's had 5 canines through it. Take your ass out into the woods. Take your ass out into surrounding areas. Why do you find it necessary to get in his house? There's a whole goddamn world to search with your canines. You think your canines are specifically better than the TBIs? Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. Yes, Dad. Okay. Chris and Katie have had their house searched by TBI, FBI, Secret Service, everything, right? And 5 different canines. Okay. Seth, as you know, has been running the YouTube streets causing chaos. And Katie and Chris, they've had their own fuck ups, like talking about hitting Sebastian with a belt. And talking about CPS and everything. But for the most part, Seth has been constantly trying to throw Katie and Chris under the bus. Even in his most recent interview, he said that he thinks Katie drugged Sebastian. With no reasoning behind it. So he's been out trashing these two, right? When at first they were all working together. Now they're not. He's going around trashing them. Then they decide, okay, we can work together again. When they decided to stop the fuck shit and to work together again, that's when Seth said, hey, I've got this PR guy, which is who he's got now, Tony Mathis. I've got these PIs, Heather and Chloe. And Chris did talk to Heather and Chloe. That is true. He worked with them, but he's not working with the PR guy, and he's not working with the canine handlers that Seth found, or they found Seth. So he had all of these 3 different groups of people, right, that are not law enforcement or any chain of law enforcement. These are individual people that Seth wants Chris and Katie to work with. Chris and Katie said, no, hell no. I don't know these motherfuckers. And I ain't working with nobody I haven't vetted myself, right? So he gave it a chance. He talked to the dog handler, and he didn't want to let her search the house with her own dog. And she is offended by it. Fuck your feelings, girl. Go search other places. Uh-uh. I'm just saying, like, you have it in your heart, and you're trying to do something good by coming and helping with your dogs, right? I admire that. But Chris don't owe you a fucking thing. He don't know you. Katie don't know you. Hell, Seth don't even know you. But the fact that you didn't, it's not, Dad, and that's what I was saying. It's not like she contacted or they contacted TBI and said, hey, we would like to assist, right? Because then that way, these people would have been coming from a neutral place, right? No, they're coming from Seth, the same guy that's been on a smear campaign about them. So would you want to let them in your house either? I sure as fuck wouldn't. Yep. The handler could be a setup. You just never know with people. We've seen crazier shit in this true crime community. I don't know. That's why I'm like, and then I've heard people saying, like, questioning why Katie doesn't why Katie doesn't have direct contact with Seth. Like, why does she communicate with Seth through Chris? I heard that asked today, or it might have been yesterday. And it's like, you don't get, they were judging her because she has Chris talk to Seth instead of her talking to Seth. And it's like, you have no idea what the reasoning could be that she doesn't want to fucking talk to Seth. We were not a part of their marriage. We were not a part of their relationship. We don't know the ins and outs of it. There very well could be something that makes her not want to communicate with Seth. I absolutely can say I didn't say the dog handler was a setup test. Don't play these semantics with me, girl. I didn't say the dog were a setup. I said they could be. The same way Katie could be responsible for Sebastian. The same way Seth could be responsible for Sebastian. The same way Chris Proudfoot could be responsible for Sebastian. Does it make it a fact? From what I understand, Remy, she hasn't spoke. Like, she doesn't do direct contact with him, period. Like, since they split. It's not just since Sebastian went missing. It's been their whole co-parenting thing. And it's worked out for them. Who knows if there's like, I mean, let's think about it this way. Seth and Katie met when Katie was really young. Um, Way too young, in my opinion. But regardless, they met. I think she had Sebastian at what, 18, 19 years old. Um, by the time she was a little older, she could have felt like, this is not what I want. And the way that I'm in this relationship is not right. This relationship was not built on what it should have been. She could have decided that and been like, this is weird. What was I doing hanging out with you at 14 years old? You know? And That could very well make her sick or make her like nervous or give her anxiety. I mean, we just don't know. Do you know that, Jeanette? I think he was. Now, I'm just asking you this question to bring your attention to it. I think they all have an alibi. Well, Chris has an alibi. Seth has an alibi. Katie was the only one there with him. I think Chris, his alibi has been confirmed, I think. And I think Seth's has been confirmed. But let me ask you this. Do we know that they've been confirmed? That's right, Karma. That's exactly what the problem is. Yes, Dad. So you know that. You've heard from the TBI, Jeanette? Because you also, aren't you the same one who said that B. Tim was a predator who had something to do with Dylan Rounds going missing? So you're going to seriously sit here in my chat, and I like you, Jeanette, I do, but you're going to sit here in my chat and tell me that you know for sure that Seth's alibi has been confirmed. No, girl, you don't know, because none of us fucking know. The only ones that know if they were where they said they were is TBI, FBI, Secret Service. That's who knows. Yes, it is, Kate. You did say that, Jeanette. Girl, do we need to go back to my old streams where you used to come in and tell me how you seen on Salty Pancakes live stream that B. Tim was a predator, a pedo, right? Right, Jeanette? You used to say it in Laura's all the time. Do we need to go back on Laura's streams and find them? Come on, girl. You know you said that. You accused B. Tim of being a pedophile and having something to do with Dylan Rounds going missing. Oh, I'll start highlighting them. Hold on. Mm-mm. And B. Tim's got your link, Jeanette. And me and B. Tim might not be fucking with each other right now, but I bet I can hit him up and be like, hey, dude, check this link. And I bet it leads back to the same Jeanette Pupko that you are. Yes, she was. Yeah, she used to be in Salties. I agree, Hazel Eyes. No, I didn't say you followed the Dylan Rounds case. Comprehension is so hard these days. I didn't say you followed the Dylan Rounds case. I said you followed Salty. Salty was putting out false information that Sleuth's mom, Grandma Sherry, and B. Tim all had something to do with Dylan Rounds going missing because they played Farm Simulator. Girl, stop lying. And because Salty put that information out there that they used to play Farm Simulator, you were coming in Queen's chat, my chat, Laura's chat, everywhere you could, and calling B-Tim a pedophile. Okay, well, Kate, can you get her link? I ain't got the wrong Jeanette. It's the same picture and everything. Get her link. I'll send it to BTM. The fuck out of here. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, she follows Dolly. Me and Jeanette's gotten along. I've allowed her to stay around even though I knew that she was that one that said that about thank you. I know, Tess. What the hell? You don't bother nobody, Tess. I don't know. That is weird. Thank you, Kate. Just hold it. Put it in your little notepad. I don't have to check it, but I will. Because I know it's her. Because she didn't start coming in my chat until me and Queen split. And I was like, oh my God, Jeanette Pupco's in my chat. And I allowed her to stay here. So you blocked too then? Zen, you don't remember her coming in to chats talking about calling B-Tim a pedo and a predator? Okay, Jeanette got us completely off track because she said that she knows for sure that their alibis have been confirmed. And the fact is, the fact, not the theory, not the speculation, the fact is we don't know because TBI hasn't said anything about it. All they've said is they're cooperating fully. All of them. All right. So let's go back to this dog handler because Jeanette done got us all spiraling.
Talking with the girl, Steph, and I said to, hey, haven't we we go down together with her husband's the Rico handler, and I'll pay for the Airbnb. And
I know she's really hard to understand. I don't know if she's mumbling or what. But she's talking about the other dog handler that she found out went down there to help and maybe just hooking up with her and going searching together.
Talking with the girl, Steph, and I said to, hey, haven't we we go down together with her husband's the Rico handler, and I'll pay for the Airbnb, and we'll stick together. And then if someone does come up and say something, just what I don't know. I've gotten to the point where I mentioned earlier. It's called going congressional, which is when you reach out to a congressperson.
Y'all, this hoe's wanting to go congressional. She said, no, I'm not going to apologize, Jeanette. Stop. She said, congressional. She's about to take this to Congress.
About coming in just because I'm not getting really cooperation from Sumner County.
Because this random ass dog handler who worked really hard for her certifications isn't getting cooperation from Sumner County Police Department. Excuse me? Truth. Like, excuse me? You think that they're supposed to cooperate with you just because you got certification? It don't work like that, girl. Let's hear that again.
Point where I mentioned Chandler, and I'll pay for the Airbnb and we'll stick together. And then if someone does come up and say something, just like, what, I don't know. I've gotten to the point where I mentioned earlier, it's called going congressional, which is when you reach out to a congressperson about coming in, just because I'm not getting really cooperation from Sumner County. In fact, they barely answer me at all.
You hear that, Dad? Dad. Did you hear that? Right, Kendra. Were you not listening, Dad? Damn it. Listen again. Listen.
About coming in, just because I'm not getting, what, I don't know. I've gotten to the point where I mentioned earlier, it's called going congressional, which is when you reach out to a congressperson about coming in, just because I'm not getting really cooperation from Sumner County. In fact, they barely answer me at all.
This random ass dog handler expects cooperation from law enforcement. Oh, God. You just can't make this shit up, y'all. Okay, Jeanette. Well, I'm sorry if you're not Jeanette Pupko. I'm sorry then. She's definitely Jeanette Pupko. I was like, the audacity. This random dog handler who has no ties to law enforcement, no part of any law enforcement, expects law enforcement to answer to her. I can't even. Yeah, mama, for reals.
The one TBI agent, aka Bobby, he's the one I talked to. So, yeah, it's been interesting, but I'd like to link up with Steph. And go search with her and her bloodhounds. I'd bring my two dogs, maybe a third if need be. Because I know there's like caves or something nearby, and my one dog's done. He just got certified in doing avalanche like recovery searches, like for rubble.
Wow.
So he does rubble work. His name is Loki. He's he's a Loki. That's what my dogs are all like their names. Like Gator's a Gator, and like Loki's a Loki. Like they're all their names. That they all fit perfectly. But that's
no, I don't want you to dox your last name,
I got the whole 25% comment. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not how.
I don't know. Just I can't wrap my head around anybody thinking any parents of a victim owes them answers. They don't owe us answers. They owe law enforcement answers, and I hope law enforcement finds them. I don't care if they end up being found. Thanks. I'm gonna get this cat, y'all. I don't care if they end up being found guilty. And I stood up for a guilty person because I'm standing up for what I feel is right. And that is leave, like, all the parents should be left alone, period. And I think, and I'm not saying this about you, Tess, I'm just saying in general, I think it's very easy sometimes for us to get tunnel vision. Like, only wanting to see. Hold on, let me open this. I don't want it to hurt y'all's ears. Only wanting to see one side of things instead of trying to see the full picture. The full picture is Chris has got a shady past, being a horn dog. Katie, I don't think she's got a shady past, but she obviously was doing things with grown ass men she shouldn't have been doing. To me, that's not her fault. That's her not having any guidance from her own mother. But Chris has a shady past, and just like Chris has one, so does Seth. And Seth, if you really look at it, okay, like if we're looking at it paperwork wise, right? Chris has said he has popped Sebastian with the belt, right? Outside of that, the only thing we know is what Nina said, right? Chris's ex, which was that he was abusive to her child. Well, I'm not taking an ex's word for it, especially when she kept putting her children back into that abuser's hands. Sorry, not sorry. I can't take your word for it. After that, nope. So like I was saying, if you really look at it and you look at it document wise, the only one on paper, aka receipts, that has had an issue with anger and being violent is Seth. All we got for Chris is word of mouth and what Nina said. That don't work. As for solid proof, the only one that has a paperwork trail of being a violent person is Seth. And that was two different occasions, 2 different times. Oh my God, Georgia Peach, girl. Dollar make you holla, honey boo boo child, and so will those memberships. Thank you, girl. I love you.
Twerk, 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 twerk that ass. Come on. Twerk, 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 twerk that ass. Come on. Twerk, 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 twerk that ass. Come on. Twerk, 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 twerk that ass. Move that ass. Left to right, gon' work that ass. Twerk, 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 twerk that ass. Come on. Twerk, 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 twerk that ass. Come on.
Thank you. Sorry, my other one will drop off eventually. Thank you so much, Peach. I appreciate you. And if you got one of those memberships, make sure to thank Georgia Peach. There it goes. Oh no, I'm not upset. No, no, no. No. My phone died. My other phone died. Anyways, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, oh, no. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, Jeanette, if you are not Jeanette Pupko, for real, I might have been wrong then. Kate went through her screenshots and she said the picture has changed. So if you are not Jeanette Pupko, then I'm sorry for putting that on you. 100%. I'm sorry. If you're not Jeanette Pupko. I can't verify if you are or not, but if you're not, I'm so sorry for thinking you were and saying that you called B Tim a predator if you're not that same Jeanette Pupko. There. Yeah, he's still at mom's. He's doing good. Kate Kate said, it's a different picture. Me and Jeanette don't agree on a lot of things, but she's always been pretty cool in my chat. But she really didn't show up until me and Queen split. And that's why I was like, okay, so I'll just let Jeanette Pupko hang out. Like, I was like, she ain't doing nothing. I'm going to let her stay, you know? I love stubborn Tess. My bad if it's not, damn. I feel real bad if it's not. We're going to have to check that link. And the only way I know to check that link is to send it to BTM. Because I know he saved her link. The real Jeanette's link. Oops. You're going to get blocked by not Jeanette. I can't believe it. Why would she have all of y'all blocked then if it's not her? Mm, well, Jeanette, why you got people blocked if you're not Jeanette Pupko? I'm so sorry if you're really not Jeanette Pupko. Really. Truly. Because I don't want to put you calling, or, yeah, I don't want to say you called somebody a predator if it really isn't you. And I really don't have a way to check unless I get B Tim to check the link. Why does nobody? I, you know, I thought maybe Jeanette Pupko may have had like a change of heart since the Dylan Rounds case has been solved and Salty's no longer on the platform. That's why I thought Jeanette was saying, no, that's not me. That's not me. Oh, Jeanette says she blocked so many at Queen Bee's chat. Well, I truly am sorry if you're not the Jeanette Pupko. I can't, like I said, I can't tell right now, but just know if you're not Jeanette Pupko, I am truly, sincerely sorry for saying that you were and arguing with you about it. If not, then I'm not sorry. If you are Jeanette Pupko, just ignore that apology. There you go, Truth. Well, so Truth could see her. That's so funny. All y'all motherfuckers, Jeanette got all y'all blocked. She said she ain't fucking with none of y'all. I'll have to take your word for it for now, babe. Oh, Steph sees her. And Queen's old mods. This cough is driving me bonkers. But anyways, Jeanette, what made me go back to that was because you said you know for sure that they have an alibi. You don't, girl. None of us know. Why do you keep saying you know for sure? That's what led us into the whole thing anyways. How do you know for sure that Seth's alibi, along with Chris's, let's say, how would you know for sure Chris's alibi has been confirmed? Like, is there something you're not telling us, Jeanette? Are you like a secret, super secret spy? Like a secret agent in the TBI? Oh, that rhymed. Yeah, Jeanette's a Laura person. Like, Jeanette, you come from Laura, right? And Dolly. Because Seth works in a jail. Yeah, but just because he works in a jail, don't mean it's confirmed. For all we know, like, I think it's confirmed. I'm just saying I can't say I know that it's confirmed because TBI hasn't said anything about confirming it. I'm sure they will eventually. Because I promise you, if it wasn't confirmed, they we would know that they're like watching them hardcore. But the fact is, they said that they've all cooperated. They've been nothing but helpful. No, I agree. You can't just pop in and out of working in a jail, but I'm just saying, Jeanette, we just don't know. We don't know 100%. I wish that was a fact we could say Chris was at work, Seth was at work, but they just haven't given us that. I think they were, though. I honestly don't think any of them have anything to do with it, but there's that other part of me that is suspect of all of them. And that's because he hasn't been found. Like, what the fuck? Like, he didn't just disappear. Thank you, Jeanette. You think? I think so too. Where was CP before 5:15 a.m.? Nobody knows. Um, what do you mean? 5:15? What happened at 5? Hold on. What? Hold on. I'm confused. 5:15 a.m. Sebastian went missing. Okay, hold on. What, Tess? Hold up. You're fucking throwing my brain for a loop. Why why specifically 5:15 a.m.? Hello, mate. I can't I can't do it, Jeanette. I'm sorry. What do you mean before 5:15 a.m.? I'm assuming he would have been either working if he works overnight or sleeping if he had to work the next morning. No, Spitfire. I didn't have a problem with Jeanette in here. She was just saying, she said that she knew for sure that Seth's alibi was confirmed. And I was like, oh, yeah, just like you knew for sure. Because I've been thinking this Jeanette is Jeanette Pupko. I didn't know it was a different Jeanette. So I was like, oh, yeah, just like you confirmed that B. Tim was a pedo involved in the Dylan Rounds case. Okay, because you remember that whole rumor that Jeanette Putko started. So I thought these were the same two Jeanettes. Read my comment above. I did. Where was CP before? Oh, another one above that. CP was at work at 5:15 a.m. So you're saying he was confirmed to be at work at 5:15 a.m. Where was he before that? Well, if he's staying in the camper, I mean, like, there has to be a way. I'm sure the campground or the RV park, whatever it's called, has cameras, right? A way to verify if he goes in and out. Damn, Truth. Truth's been acting up on these streets. Like, if he. If he was missing before 5:15 a.m., if Chris Proudfoot was missing and didn't clock in until 5:15 a.m., that means they would have to figure out where he was up until 5:15 a.m., right? That would require, let's say, checking the phones, right? But he could have easily just left his phone at the campground at the RV park. So that's when they would check cameras of the RV park and also cameras on the way of different places on the way to his home and back from his home. Sebastian was last seen 10 o'clock that Sunday night. See? He worked 3 hours, 3.5 hours away in Memphis. Yeah, they could run the geo. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. They're, you know, how they kind of just tracked, what's her name? The one that just unalived herself, Micah. How they just tracked her movements. They could do the same thing. Like, they didn't need her phone to track her movements. They could have just went by like the path she traveled and got the camera footage from places to show her going by. They could have done the same thing with Chris, right? Oh, yeah. No, it's still open. That's why I was saying, like, Chris Proudfoot, I think he has an alibi, but they also have not, the same way they haven't come out and said Seth's alibi is confirmed. They also haven't said Chris's is. No, Daddy works He was working on a project, a construction project at St. Jude's. That is very possible. And he might have, Remy. He might have, hell, we don't know. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can suspect the parents without fucking dragging them for filth, man. Like, because imagine, okay, just imagine. What if they are innocent? Then that means, like, they were just tortured while dealing with the worst situation possibly imaginable for them. And then you got to take that and put yourself in that situation and say, well, what would I do if I was innocent, that happened to me, and I was innocent and people came for me like that? It would be so discouraging. And it would honestly have me second guessing the human race. Oh, Kendra, me and Tony used to be, when he was on the road, we would be on the phone just doing other shit. Like, I'd be in there cooking and my phone would be in the bedroom and he's just on it, you know? It just made us feel closer to each other. Yep, I sure do. I think Ellie is building a case too, Tess, but I'm not sure if it's against one of the parents. I do think that they've got something that they're working on, but obviously, okay, let's think about it this way. If they went and confirmed that that North Carolina sighting was not actually Sebastian, right? That's like, we know that's something confirmed. That's a fact that we know they went and checked that out, right? Well, if they were building a case and knew something nefarious happened to Sebastian and he was no longer with us, they wouldn't have took the time to do that. So there's little things like that that can let us know that they do still think he's alive. I do think that they're building a case, but I think they're building a cyber case. Yeah, mom reported him when she woke up to get him ready for school that morning. Yes, Remy. No, Dad, you need some earbuds. Do you not got any earbuds? I agree, Kim. Oh my God. Yeah, y'all would totally find me sus as fuck if Caden would have came up missing. Because me and Tony, when he was hot shotting, hauling freight, oh my God. We'd be on the phone for like 5 hours straight. I'd fall asleep on the phone. It just, like, even if we wasn't talking, like, he would have me on the phone and he'd be watching his tablet, watching his TV shows, and I'd be watching my TV shows. It literally was just so we felt closer to each other. You can do one earbud. Yeah, I do find it weird that he muted Katie. Jeanette, I agree with that. If that is true, I don't know if it's true, but if that is true, I would find that weird. But then again, I also know a husband who has, not my husband, but a husband who was controlling as fuck and narcissistic as fuck. And he would have done the same thing for his wife. Like he would have wanted to take control over that situation. You know what I'm saying? Well, there ain't no case files yet. Oh, Chris is controlling as fuck. See, that goes along with what I just said. Yeah, he is. And I could see him being that type of controlling where he was like, I'll take care of it. You know, I believe she could have been. No, he's not just an alpha. But I'd say he's an alpha compared to Seth. I think there's a balance, Remy. I think there's a balance for sure. Like there's the good control and then there's the bad control where they control every aspect of your being. That's the bad control. But the ones who take initiative to get things done around the house and, you know, pay the bills and, you know, pull their weight and do their thing, be the man. Like that kind of control is okay to me. Oh, yeah, Tim, they can look at all of that. He's an alpha compared to Tess. And you know what? I do hate um that I see Seth the way I see him sometimes now. Because it's like, dude, like y'all started out so strong and so good. Like, why did you have to get carried away with the smear campaign? Like, some of those things that you said were not necessary. They didn't need to be known to help find Sebastian. But I also want to give that grace because he's hurting, he's confused, he's angry. I can only blame him so much for not knowing how to handle it, you know? Uh, Excuse me. I sure am. I know. Yeah, Kendra, it's back and forth. But I do still pity him. I do. Out of all of them, honestly, like if the smear campaign wasn't being done to Katie and Chris without us knowing if they were at fault or not, this, like, without that, if that wasn't happening, I would feel more sorry for Seth. But right now, I'm feeling more sorry for Chris and Katie because of the shit going on. But if they wasn't being smeared and everything was just cordial and everything was fine, and I was, I would feel more sorry for Seth because he didn't have full custody of Sebastian, but he did have his weekends. And it seemed like they really had a good time together on weekends. And to just up and find out that your son suddenly on a Monday morning is missing, that would be really hard. Um, it's always a possibility, Dad. I don't think that's what happened. Um, at first, Chris and Katie were saying that Sebastian didn't have internet access. And then they found out that he did actually have internet access at his dad's house. Um, and then a little later, we found out because Seth said he would leave, Sebastian was 15, he could stay home alone. he would leave Sebastian home while he went to work sometimes. And to me, that's the perfect and he also mentioned in another interview that Sebastian used to play I don't know, I think it was his PlayStation. He used to play Modern Warfare online. So that's where my head's at. I think so too. I don't think he just walked off on his own. No, no, no. No. T Rev is just another YouTuber starting shit. What? He's got his own PS3 there? Oh no. That leads me further into thinking there was some kind of luring going on, like mm. And I don't think Sebastian thought he was leaving. I think he thought, because his mama said he would walk outside with just socks on all the time. I think he thought he was just walking outside for a second to get something from a friend that brought him something at 3 o'clock in the morning. And they had to do it at 3 o'clock in the morning because he knew his mom wouldn't allow this friend to bring a gift, right? Yes, there are, Kate. It is so dangerous. Hey, Twist. Hold on, Nana. I think so, Dad. I just think it's a shitty situation where the cameras just didn't catch it. I really do. Let me see if Kaden put the chickens up. He damn sure didn't. Hold on. Kaden Ray! Kaden! Chickens! This dude. Good, Remy. Pin twist comment. Which one? Hey? What do you mean, Dad? All Twist said was hey. Oh no, sorry, Twist. Oh my god, he's being a pervert. I'm sorry, Twist. Yeah, I remember. Oh my god, bless her heart. Well, you are not finding my new stepmama online. Yeah, he did. Little perv. I'm sorry you had a bad day, Twist. I'm probably gonna put this live on members only. just because, at least until I figure out the Jeanette thing. Because I don't want to put that out there for more and more people to hear if that's not the right Jeanette. Twist. I'm sorry, girl. Mm-mm. I hope this. Listen. I went through and made this dinner without even like. I know I read the recipe and stuff, but I don't even know if I did everything right. YOLO. I know she knows. Everybody knows when you're playing. Hey, Bella. Yeah, he does. Twist is hot. Haughty toddy. Haughty toddy.
You gonna take that dick? You gonna take that dick, huh? I'm gonna pop off a piece of my dick.
I'm gonna pop off a piece of my dick. Oh, oh, that's so funny. All right, y'all. I guess I've ranted and raved enough tonight. I probably done got on y'all's nerves because I got on my own goddamn nerves. Jesus. Sometimes it just be like that, though. You know. Me too. I hope that ended it good for you guys. All right, I'll catch you on the flip side. Thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for dealing with me tripping. I love y'all, even when you don't agree with me. I appreciate you. Catch you on the flip side. Bye.